Hey guys, and on this amazing episode of Cube vs. Cube, we have the Moyu Hualong version 2 versus the Moyu Hualong. Let's do this. These two cubes, the Moyu Hualong version 2 and the Moyu Hualong, are two of the best Moyu cubes on the market. And to be honest, two of the best 3x3s on the market, period. So, which one of these two cubes is better than the other? Well, we're going to find out using the four categories: general info, speed and feel, corner cutting and lockups, and design flaws. Each of these cubes will be rated on a scale of 1 to 5 in each category, and whichever cube has the better score at the end wins. Let's get this started. The Moyu Hualong version 2 is around $15 on most cube stores. It's a reasonable price, but they're both still expensive. And the Moyu Hualong is around $16 on most cube stores, about the same as the Aolong. Since both these cubes look exactly the same, there's no difference with the stickers. However, there are some bubbles in the Hualong, as you can see here, and almost no bubbles in the Aolong at all. That really doesn't hinder anything. Also, because they look the same, I'm just going to make this clear that the Hualong will always be on the right during this review, and the Aolong will always be on the left. Okay, for the general info category, the Aolong gets a 4 out of 5, and the Hualong gets a 3.5 out of 5. The Aolong wins in this category because it has a better price and the stickers are a little bit higher quality. As you can see, the scores will be in the bottom right hand corner for the Hualong and the Aolong, so that anytime during this comparison you can check out what the scores are. Now it's time to talk about performance and turning on these puzzles. Let's start out with the speed and the feel category. To check the speed, if you ever watched my videos like this, I just flick it as hard as I can and see how many rotations it can do. So let's do this. This is the Hualong, and it's doing over 180 degrees for most of the time. It's a pretty impressive speed. It can... Oops, there's a corner twist. Okay, over 180 degrees seems to be about it, and it does 3 turns sometimes. Now for the Aolong. That wasn't very good. Okay, 180 degrees, over 180 degrees, over 180 degrees. That was over. That was exactly 180. That was less than 180. That was way over 180. So it seems that the Hualong is a little bit more consistent, but they managed to be about the same speed for most of the time. The Hualong might be a little bit faster. Now let's talk about the feels on these puzzles. The Hualong is a crispy and crunchy feel. It has a very nice snappy feel, but it is also very smooth. Algorithms flow very nicely off of this puzzle, and M layers are great. The Aolong is much smoother and much silkier. It has a very crispy feel, but it's much smoother overall. Algorithms flow very nice, and M layers are very good to do as well. For the speed and the feel category, the Aolong gets a 4 points out of 5 points, and the Hualong gets a 4.5 points out of 5 points. The Hualong gets a higher score because it's a little bit faster than the Aolong. The feels of these two puzzles are both amazing, and any cuber would like either one. You could like the smoothness and crispiness of the Aolong, or the clickiness and snappiness of the Hualong. They're both amazing feels, and it's kind of up to you if you like the feel or not, so I just basically tied them. Okay, now it's time for corner cutting and lockups. So, the Hualong is advertised to corner cut 60 degrees, which is a bunch of bull, so let's just test it out anyways. So we'll start at 45, because we both know that these can do it. Okay, over 45. Let's push it to even farther over 45. Almost line to line. Went right through it pretty easily. Now let's do line to line. It's just going to cut the other way now. So let's do it right in the middle of line to line and like mid past 45. Cuts everywhere. So let's do the Aolong now. 45. Very easy. Then we'll do past 45. Very easy. Line to line. Just cuts the other way. And oops. Almost locks up a little bit right in there. See, as you can see. Yeah, right in here, it'll lock up, but you will never need to cut that much, and that was just a center cap from the extreme corner cutting. Let's just try one more time just to see if we can get it. Nope, it locks up right there. So now let's talk about locking up in solves and stuff. So the Hualong never really locks up. It's pretty smooth overall. There's a couple of catches here and there, but that's out of the question. The Aolong never locks up either in solves because you don't need that insane amount of corner cutting. But yeah, it's very smooth and they both flow very nicely. Okay, for the speed and the feel category, the Aolong gets a 4 points out of 5 points, and the Hualong gets a 4.5 points out of 5 points. The only reason is that the Hualong can cut just a little bit farther, but those corner cutting ranges are basically unused in solves. Let's go to the final category. Alright, so here we have both the puzzles with both their mechanisms revealed. We're just going to take a look at the differences, and I'm going to explain a couple things. So I'm just going to take a look at the edges first. So this is the Aolong right here, and this is the Hualong. Zoom in just a little bit and try to make it focus. Okay, so these edges are almost the exact same. There's only a couple differences, notably this right here is pointed and this is rounded off on the Hualong. Everything else is about the same though, about the edges. The corners is where it's actually different. The corner stalks are a little bit different. This one has like one little track here, or like a bump, and this one has a larger bump. This one also has these little dents in here like a Gans 3 does. This helps with corner cutting, or reverse corner cutting, but also is the cause of all of the corner twists that this puzzle does have. Now that these puzzles are reassembled, I'm going to show you what I mean. So for the Hualong, over my couple days of having this puzzle, since I just got it, I've had more corner twists than the Aolong. It's much easier to corner twist than the Aolong. The Aolong requires a lot more force to actually twist a corner. It's not as easy with one finger to do. It requires a lot of force and feels like you're going to break the corner. But the Hualong is very easy and you can do it over and over and over again. Also, they pop about the same amount considering that the edges look exactly the same, and they're both very stable, but on occasion they do pop with rough turning. So for the final category, it's tied right now at 12 to 12.5. The Aolong gets 4 points and the Hualong gets 3.5 points, tying them both at 16. So how are we going to settle which cube is better? Well, we're going to do a solve on each and erase them and see whichever one gets the better time is the winner. Okay, so it looks like the Hualong wins. It got a better time of 19 seconds. So, what does this conclude? Well, it concludes that I'm actually changing my main. It's no longer the Moyu Hualong version 2. It is the Moyu Hualong. It is the better puzzle in this case. Moyu outdid the Aolong. Very good job, Moyu. I applaud you. So I hope you guys enjoyed this comparison. This is probably the comparison of the year, because this is an amazing, these puzzles are both amazing. So I hope you enjoyed. I'll see you guys later. Definitely pick up the Aolong. It's great.